Now that we've gone through that first video, let's have a look at some questions. So these are exam styles questions. These are the sort of things you'll see on a GCSE exam paper regarding circles. So the first question tells us that a circle has a radius of 9.4 centimeters. Here is the radius. They want us to work out the circumference of the circle. So the radius is 9.4 centimeters. The diameter is 2 times the radius because the diameter is the measurement all the way across here, not just to the center, but all the way across. So it's going to be twice as long as this number here. So if we double the radius, we get the diameter, which is 18.8 centimeters. The circumference is equal to pi multiplied by the diameter, which becomes 18.8 multiplied by pi. If you put that into your calculator, you will get the circumference equals 59.06 centimeters, and that's to 2 decimal places. The number in the calculator will be much longer. Here we're just giving it to 2 decimal places so you don't have to write out lots of numbers. Now we need to work out the area of the circle. So the area is pi multiplied by the radius squared. So in this circle we have a radius of 9.4 centimeters. So we need to square that and multiply it by pi, which gives us an answer of 277.59 centimeters squared. And that's to 2 decimal places. 2 dp means 2 decimal places. The third part of that question says that a semicircle has a radius of 9.4 centimeters. Use your answer to part B to work out the area of the semicircle. So if we quickly look back, part B, our answer was 277.59 centimeters squared. So the area of the whole circle is here, 277.59 centimeters squared. So to work out the area of a semicircle, because it's half of a full circle, we divide that answer by 2. So to get the area of the semicircle, we divide the whole circle by 2, which gives us an area of 138.80 centimeters squared, and that's to 2 decimal places. Our second question shows a diagram of a circle inside a square. And here we've been given the height of this square is 8 centimeters. It wants us to work out the area of the circle. Because the height of this square is 8 centimeters, it also means that the diameter of the circle will be 8 centimeters, which means the radius is half of that. 8 centimeters all the way across, the radius is just half it, radius to the middle. So the radius is 4 centimeters. So if we take our formula of area equals pi multiplied by the radius squared, we put in that the area equals 4 squared multiplied by pi. 4 squared, 16, multiply that by pi, gives us 50.27 centimeters squared to 2 decimal places. Third question, work out the area of a circle with a radius of 3.5 centimeters, give your answer to 1 decimal place. So we have a radius of 3.5 centimeters, and the area is pi multiplied by the radius squared. We take the 3.5, the radius, and square it, and then multiply it by pi. If you put that in your calculator, you will get 38.5 centimeters squared, and that's to 1 decimal place because the answer asked for it to be given in 1 decimal place. Now it wants you to work out the circumference of the circle and give your answer in terms of pi. So our radius is 3.5 centimeters. Now the diameter is double the radius, so the diameter is 7 centimeters. And because the circumference is pi multiplied by the diameter, the circumference becomes 7 multiplied by pi. Now, because it just says give your answer in terms of pi, this is enough. This is our answer in terms of pi. You can go further and work it out, but the answer in terms of pi is just this. It doesn't want the actual full answer. It just wants it in terms of pi. Our final question. A square of side 15.7 centimeters is made from a length of wire. The same length of wire is then made into a circle. Work out the diameter of the circle. So the perimeter of square equals the circumference of the circle. So the perimeter of the square is 15.7 multiplied by 4, because there's 4 of them. You would add them to 15.7, add 15.7, add 15.7, add 15.7. Another way of writing that is just multiplying it by 4. Gives us 62.8 centimeters. Now we take our circumference. It said pi equals pi multiplied by the diameter equals 62.8 centimeters. So we need to take our 62.8 centimeters and divide it by pi to give us the diameter. And if you do that, you will get 20 centimeters. So that's working backwards, starting from knowing what the circumference of the circle is and going backwards to getting the diameter.